why I do what I do in all aspects. If you take a look at my life, I have probably about 5 or 6 different things on the go at any given time. People say, you know, what do you do for a living? It's like, what don't you do? What don't I do? Because in reality, we can all do a lot of things. And we can all touch a lot of people. And it really comes down to what is your purpose in what you do. So in my presentation, I could tell you stories about anything in any number of reasons or any number of ways or any number of faculties. So I will give you a 3-point sermon, basically, because I come from a 3-point sermon family. So the first one is your who, what, where, when, and how, and why. When you talk about the patches, when I as a massage therapist present this to my clientele, there's often that, why should I do this? And it's like, what are you looking for? What have you been striving for? What are your needs? So if you were to say, I need to go to my massage therapist, this will be a little interactive, what would you say? I'm going to my massage therapist because
my shoulders are all knotted up, I'm stressed.
Okay, stress, pain. Anything else?
Pregnancy.
Pregnancy, so symptomatic relief or helps physically.
And prevention.
And prevention, okay. Anything else?
My hip hurts, I can hardly walk.
Okay. Mobility.
Tension.
Tension.
Tension relief.
Balance.
Balance. Okay. So all of those things are things that I can incorporate into my massage practice. Do I do the same thing on every person?
No.
Do they get the same results every time they come? Okay. Take that knowledge and apply it to these patches. Every patch has a purpose. And every day will have a different response to that patch, depending on what's happening around you, right? So when somebody says, they come in and they say, well, I've been wearing it and I'm not getting the results that I want. Okay, that's a symptomatic relief. Are you feeling anything else? I had one person that I was doing a show with. The guy beside us says, I've been on these patches or these socks at the time, for 4 months. They're not helping my pain at all. I said, okay. Are you doing anything? Nope, not a thing. Can't find the person that sold them to me, so I need my money back. How do I do that? He says, okay, well, let's just walk through this. Listening. So the lady, Kimberly, who just left, listening is key. Hear what they're not saying more than what they're saying. So a few of the things went by. He says, I just went to my doctor and blah, blah, blah. Well, what did you go to your doctor for? Well, high blood pressure. Well, how was it? Well, I usually have white coat syndrome and it was fine, so I'm doing good. Anything different? No. Were you wearing your socks? Yeah, so? It says, could it have an effect? I don't know. It says, what if? That's point number 2. First is your who and your what, where, why. So you're listening. What are you after when you're going into this kind of a product? And number 2 is what if? What if those socks were having an effect? What if you go to somebody, and this gets into how I started, what if I took the insoles to my dad and they helped his balance? Sorry.
Yeah. Dar just lost her dad.
What if they gave him his life back for 5 extra years? What if the last thing he was holding in his hand was a box sock with rice in it because we couldn't put the patches on, but he could hold it? What if you could help somebody? All you had to do was put a patch on. That's the power of what if. What if the symptom that you were after could be relieved? Or if it can't, because your brain will overpower for your safety. If you have to have pain, the pain's not going to go away. If the pain is due to something that you need to research or get help with, it won't be helped. Know that, because that will interpret how you do other things and how these other things come about. So the brain is so powerful, but also the resistance is powerful. So this is going to be really short, because my third point is intellect has resistance. Intuition has no fear. So if you're sitting here and you're thinking about these different technologies and these different patterns and these different things, your intuition is probably saying, I need to go do that. I need to go reach out to Beth. I need to go reach out to that person that's limping down the hallway. Your intuition says, go do it. Your intellect, based on what you have learned in your past, says, don't go there. That's your resistance. Your intuition, generally speaking, is always right. Go reach out to that person. Go get those insoles for your dad. What if they changed their life? What if it could help? What if your purpose is in who you are, and that is to reach out to people, not just to do your job, or to live your life, or to do your work. There are so many things that can be involved in this company. This is not selling a patch. This is not, and Terry's going to get into this, this is not just about making money. This is about reaching people with something that they don't have that can potentially change their life for the better. From here to whenever. My story, much like Tracy's, is I did not have that dramatic, point blank, this is amazing. But when I heard about it, because of my profession as a massage therapist, it made sense to me. So my intuition and my intellect went side by side on that one. It's like, this makes sense, even though it doesn't make sense. Because what I do, 9 times out of 10, and the practitioners in the room will get this, doesn't make sense. Why are you doing that? I have no idea. It just feels like I should. I remember one guy coming in and he's like, I have shoulder pain. I says, okay. Put my hands on him, it's like, I'm gonna work on your hip. Why? I have no idea. That's a great answer when you're sharing the patches. Why are you doing this? I have no idea. It just feels like I should. And I started working on a hip and it completely relieved the restriction that came up through the shoulder. Your body is not understandable by you. This goes back into what Jay talked about as far as your brain and your mind are two different things. A lot of things don't make sense. It doesn't mean they don't exist, and it doesn't mean they won't work. So that's where it goes side by side. And that's kind of been where my point has come across as far as I did not have a dramatic reaction. It took at least 2 months before I actually felt my balance was a little better. I saw it in my dad though. And I saw it in about 20 other people that I shared right away. And then as I slowly brought it into my practice, they started saying, well, they're not really doing anything for me, but I gave them to my son, and all of a sudden he went from a D to a B+. How does that happen unless, like I was saying before, the squirrels in the brain calm down? That's even before the sleep. How do you know you don't need a sleep until you go and get a brain map done? And apparently I have traumatic brain injury too. No wonder I can't remember names. You don't know what you don't know. All of a sudden you're wearing technology that you didn't think you needed. So you try it. And then it's like, oh, wow. The defect patch. Fine, perfectly healthy. I don't need it. Started wearing it. A couple days without it, and it's like, oh man. Okay, I guess I do need it. So you don't know what you don't know. So again, going back to find out, base it on who you are, who you need to reach, and for what purpose, because all of those patches, every reason that you come to a massage therapist, we have a patch for. Stress, anxiety, pain, mobility, it's all there. You can take me with you wherever you go. You can pay me $60 for one treatment, or you can get a pack of patches for a whole month.
Amen.
Talk about economy.
How many seconds do we get for $60?
Well, I know. I'm actually
She'll DM you. She'll DM you.
Yeah, I don't charge enough. But there's so much purpose to that. And then what if? If you ask that and say, so, what, I don't need to spend that kind of money. I don't need the flow. I don't have ADHD. I don't have high anxiety. Put a flow patch on. Mm-hmm. That'll tell you right there where your insufficiencies are. Apparently, I have both. Really? So what if? And then from there, allowing your intuition to override your intellect, because you don't know what you don't know, and your intellect is only based on what you know. If you move past that, you have a whole world that can open up to you.
Awesome.